There you have the match preview. Another big news coming out today, Ravi, is that Smith has retired from ODI cricket. Any surprise there?
No real surprises. He's not getting younger by the day. This must have been his swan song. He might have wanted to win this game and then retire, and he was in a great position, till he got out yesterday, because that made a difference of at least 30 runs to the score. Not that Australia would have won it. India might have still chased it down, but things could have been tighter. But a magnificent player over the years, and just his hunger, his desire, the way he's evolved with times. He's got a technique that's not natural. It's a technique of his own. He moves so much around the crease. He's a coach's nightmare when he started playing the game. But you look at the scores, look at the numbers, he's second to none.
There's no question about it. It is semi-final number 2, New Zealand versus South Africa. Wasim, what do you think?
Big game, knockout game. अगर आप record देखा जाए, New Zealand, South Africa का, they have qualified 10 times in the semi-finals. They only won once, lost 8 times, and of course one tie, 99 का जो famous tie हुआ था in Edgbaston. और so pressure तो होगा, but अगर on paper देखी जाए, तो मुझे साउथ अफ्रीका की टीम थोड़ी बेहतर लग रही है. ओके, न्यूजीलैंड टीम इज आल्सो एज गुड. दे बीन इन पाकिस्तान बिफोर दिस चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी, सो उनको पिचेस का आइडिया है. सो है साउथ अफ्रीका. सो आई थिंक इवन स्टीवंस है, वही साइकोलॉजिकली स्ट्रॉन्ग जो टीम है. वहाँ जहाँ जाके शायद प्रॉब्लम ये आ सकता है कि जो साउथ अफ्रीका के जो बैक ऑफ द माइंड है ना, नॉकआउट गेम्स में अंडर प्रेशर आ जाते हैं.
एब्सोल्युटली, एंड दैट इज द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज इफ यू लुक एट South Africa's entry into world cricket, 1992.
Yeah.
When you look at the quality of players, agar dekha jaye, from 1992 to 32 years down the line, more than 32 years down the line,
right,
you would say they would have won 2-3 World Cups by now.
True.
Across different formats of the game. But they haven't won one. So there comes the point Waz was making. It's the big game, the crunch game, the pressure game. Can they get better in handling that pressure? You saw that even in that T20 final against India. Right. I mean, the game was there. It's 30 balls, 30 runs, 6 wickets in hand. You lose it from there. And it's a stigma that stays on your mind.
Yeah.
So when you're back in that position, you suddenly get doubts in your mind because you're not used to winning.
But शायद so generation से generation में आई जा रहा है.
It's in the genes, no?
It's just probably right, over and over. Jadupaji, this is going to be interesting because they're now playing in Lahore. And who gets the advantage in Lahore? Because yes, South Africa in Karachi on that pitch against Afghanistan was a different beast altogether. Here it's going to be completely different.
Yeah, I think generally they've been flatter tracks in Lahore, lots of runs scored. So you'd look at which side has a better bowling. And I know South Africa in that sense, looks like a better side. I think everybody feels that. But it's that semi-final or a crunch game that you're talking about. That's the only reason why I would probably think New Zealand has a better chance. And I won't want as an Indian New Zealand to come here because they are a better side on conditions like this.
Toss se farak padega? Question to everyone, because there's a due factor in Lahore.
Yeah, WAQAR?
No, I don't think toss will make much difference. The knockout stage, में you play good cricket, you win games. दोनों की bowling अच्छी है. I think अगर दोनों की तुलना किए जाए तो I think bowling उनकी भी बुरी नहीं है. Pace attack दोनों का अच्छा है. I mean, if you look at Rabada, then you Rocky there. So they have, what it takes, with the new ball. और फिर spin पे आ जाओ तो Santner, Bracewell. Santner is the key, I think. He holds a real key in the middle. If he gets going with the ball, the kind of loop he gives, I have a feeling that New Zealand have a fair chance.
गर्मी बढ़ती जा रही है. ड्यू किस समय आती है, कितने ओवर इफेक्ट करता है, उस पर बहुत कुछ फर्क होगा. लेकिन जो अजय भैया ने कहा, लाहौर की जो विकेट है, अगर कड़ाकेदार विकेट है, तो कौन सी टीम में ज्यादा खतरनाक बैट्समैन है, मैच विनर्स? क्लासन का दिन हो या साउथ अफ्रीका माकरम का दिन हो, मिलर का दिन हो, तो वो एक्स्ट्रा 15-20 रन ना, आज मुझे लगता है वो फर्क
कड़ाके की पिच तो होगी. एवरेज स्कोर इन लाहौर इज 316. So yeah, it's always has been a very good wicket, very good deck. So yeah. But ड्यू का फर्क शायद पड़ सकता है, because as a bowler, जब remember Australia chased 350 against England, that was also in Lahore, and they lost 4 wickets. And then obviously the due factor came in, and then they just took the game away from South Africa.
I think both sides might want to field first. You know, the
Yeah.
simple reason is you look at the combination, look at the depth in batting of both sides. They bat till 9-10.
Yeah.
So when you think you have batsmen till 9-10, you always want that chase. You're not sure of what the pitch
total.
might present early.
Yeah.
You want to know what's the right score on the board for you to chase it down. So, you know, I would say in Lahore, if the average score is 316, means the batting conditions will stay good right through.
Yeah.
Field first. But then from a motorway,
Yeah.
when you come to Dubai, it's a highway where the speed limit drops from 90 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Then you have to think twice, batting first or fielding first.
That's true. Good news for South Africa. Akram passed his fitness test yesterday and is available to play today. There you have the match preview. Another big news coming out today, Ravi, is that Smith has retired from ODI cricket. Any surprise there?
No real surprises. He's not getting younger by the day. This must have been his swan song. He might have wanted to win this game and then retire, and he was in a great position, you know, till he got out yesterday, because that made a difference of at least 30 runs to the score. Not that Australia would have won it. India might have still chased it down, but things could have been tighter. But a magnificent player over the years, and you know, just his hunger, his desire, the way he's evolved with times. You know, he's got a technique that's not natural. It's a technique of his own. He moves so much around the crease. You know, he's a coach's nightmare when he started playing the game. But you look at the scores, look at the numbers, you know, he's second to none.
There's no question about it. Talking about second to none, Kohli, man, he's not getting any younger, but he keeps getting those runs.
No, he's not getting younger.
Yeah.
But when you see him moving in the field,
I know.
he sure is young. And he's making the young looking
Even
old.
yesterday, Shaz, he fielded for 50 overs.
Yeah.
Then he came out to bat, got 80 plus on such a difficult wicket.
And ran
I
out of
think half of the runs, or even more than half, were singles and doubles.
Yeah.
He's at his best. You know, it reminds me a lot of some of the great one-day players of the past. Someone like Javed.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at Javed's innings, it would be match-winning innings.
Yeah.
Few boundaries, but the running between the wickets. You know, ones, twos, the energy, busy, takes the pressure off the non-striker. You know, doesn't allow the scoreboard to be stagnant. You know, it's moving all the time.
Right.
And that's Kohli for you. You know, when he's at his best, it's few boundaries, very few sixes.
Yeah.
Fantastic running between the wickets. Then you know he's in control. He's got a game plan in place, and there's an all-round game that you'll see.
And Shazzy, how important is this to learn from this great man, Virat Kohli, as far as fitness concerned? Batting, I can understand, but how old is he now? 35?
Yeah.
35-ish? But his fitness is prime.
You know, they say fitness, they say hard work. You know,
Yeah.
as a coach, when I was in the dressing room, the one thing I noticed with
Yeah.
him was his want to sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, you need to sacrifice a lot